I'm gonna be honest. Didn't want to make this video. Didn't want to make it. But I felt obligated. To let my voice be heard about this situation. Now I know some people are like, oh my gosh, Chris shouldn't have said that. Oh, Will acted this way. He defended his wife. All right. Let's get down to this. All right. Now, the reason why I'm making this video now and I'm putting it out days after it happened, because I don't like battling with the algorithms. Okay, I may even put this up on Facebook, but this is for my YouTube channel. And for me, I got a fantasy football channel, but I really don't want to talk about nothing that's outside of fantasy football. But when I look and I see Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless talking about it, when I see other sports outlets talking about it, I'm like, what the hell's going on here? See, that's the thing though. Everybody cares about content. I need my likes up. You guys can like it. You can not press like. You can press like or not. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Listen, again, see these lights on here? YouTube don't pay these some guns. Don't pay it. You know, I use this as therapy to be able to speak what I want to speak and be able to put my perspective out there in the world. So I'm not begging for likes. I'll go through the motions or whatever, but at the end of the day, I'm normally a person that goes against the grain, okay? Because I understand that the masses are pretty much misled, you know? And that's just how I believe. Some people don't think for themselves. Disregard my hair. I don't care how it is. It's pretty late. But guess what? We finna get into this real quick. I'm not going to go into all the details. I'm not going to talk about his apologies because I don't give a crap about the crap apology. Okay? But we're going to talk about this. Let's start with the facts. Okay? Now, when I got home, I came into the house the night it happened at the Oscars. And I see on the socials, even though I was probably 6 days into a 7-day ban on Facebook, where you can see stuff, but you can't comment or react or whatever. Some nonsense I said, but it wasn't too bad. But they like to censor people. And I see Chris Rock gets slapped by Will Smith at Oscars. So right away I'm like, what kind of nonsense is this? What? Let's see this crap. So you see it everywhere. You see people starting to slowly talk about it because this is right where they got going. Because nobody's watching the Oscars, and everybody can really wholeheartedly agree. Nobody probably would have known the Oscars would have happened unless that slap happened. Nobody would have cared about the Oscars. Nobody would have never heard about it. That's true. Can we all agree with that? Shake your heads like this. Yes, thank you very much. So we all can agree with that at least. All right? That's a nice, foundation right there. We can all rest on that foundation. We can also rest on the fact that these are actors, okay? These are actors. Now, after, Monday, Tuesday go, and I'm like, all right, I go into work today because I was off on Monday. So I pop off with, hey, this and that, so. And people were quick to say, oh, of course, the handful of people that I spoke with, they believed it. Oh, it was real. I thought it was staged at first, they say, but then he slapped them. Okay, all right. Oh, and then one person said, I thought it was real. I thought it was fake until he sat down and he started cursing at him, so it had to be real. And I was like, man, I'm 45, but I'm talking to people. Well, I talked one young gentleman was younger than me. But man, people just can't think for themselves, I'm like, okay, let's say he slapped him. I mean, you weren't there, okay? You weren't there. They gave you they showed you a perception of him getting slapped. But let's say he slapped him. And the slap was real. I don't much want to take the slap away. I'm not in the business of doing that. So I'll say the slap is real. So what? Now what? If it's real, does that take away from it not being staged? Because if you ask me, the last time I checked, WWE is obviously staged. Okay, we're all adults, so we know that. Even though back in the day, people used to, damn near fight over the fact of saying it was real. Okay, but we're past that point. At the end of the day, I'm like, okay, look. Well, hell, the figure 4 is real as well, but that doesn't mean WWE is real. Come on. Now, who hasn't been put in the figure 4? Okay, if you've lived, granted, if you're a girly girl, you probably haven't been. If you're a girl, but if you're a guy, you've been even a little bit into wrestling, you got put in the figure 4 on or put somebody else in the figure 4. Guess what? The figure 4 hurts like an SOB to feel like your leg is about to freaking crack. Okay? The figure 4 is real, but does that make the corporation that uses the figure 4 and the figure 4 is operated within, does that make it real? Does it make the experience real? No. It's 100 or 1,000% or 1,000,000%, depending on what scale you want to freaking use, that is freaking scripted. Okay? Now, having said that, that was just this morning. So we had a little nice discussion about that at work. But at the end of the day, they're actors. Will Smith and Chris Rock are grade A actors. Hell, Will Smith just got an award for being the best actor in a movie. Okay? That got me some notes. And let's start at the beginning. He make a little joke, screw the other little jokes. And then he makes the joke about Jada. And quote, he says, "Jada, I love you. And G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it." Now, we all know about G.I. Jane. I believe that was Demi Moore played in that. She had all the hair off, whatever, a little movie. I saw it back in the day. Most of us probably seen that movie, of course. And because, how can I put this? Because Jada Pinkett supposedly, reportedly, allegedly, reportedly, so she says, mind you, we got to trust the person that admitted she had sex with August Alsina when her and her husband was broke up, so she says. Although they reportedly admitted that they have an open relationship. So at the end of the, we're believing a person, she's saying she has alopecia. Am I saying that right? Alopecia? Okay. Mind you, alopecia is not a terminal issue. It's not a disease per se. It's a condition. It's a condition that African-American women and men have over 50 years old. Men have it too, but let's just say women, she chose to cut off her hair. She says in her little interview, she was just washing her hair one day. Gobs of hair was coming out. You ain't got that much hair. You ain't had that much hair on your head in the first place. Man, get out of here. That's nonsense. I'm not buying that. You guys fall for anything. You fall for anything. So she cut her hair off. She decided she's going to cut her hair off. That was a choice. She could have bought a wig like all the rest of the black chicks to buy a wig that have hair or don't have hair. But she chose to cut it off. That's your issue, Jada. That's not our issue. And then her daughter shaves her hair because I want to be like mommy. Okay? Do your thing. But that was a choice. That was a choice. Her hair just didn't fall out. So I need y'all to understand that. It's not a terminal condition. This woman can live to be 120 years old. It does not stop. It does not hinder her age that she lives. So let's stop acting like it's cancer. or is some type of disease that's going to take years off of her life. Get out of here with that nonsense. So that's that. So after he says, Jada, I love you, and Jane too, can't wait to see it, Will laughs. You guys see it? I'm not going to show you the video. Y'all done saw it 1,000 times already. Will chuckles. Then he didn't look distraught. She kind of, it was like, I don't like that joke. Okay? What I've understood with people is like, oh, and I've heard it several times. Oh, she saw his face and she was like, and he had to react and do a thing because of her face. What neither one of you got, I'm not talking about the people that believe like me. Come and tell you something. There are which is odd. I just keep it 100. I'm going to keep it a buck. Majority of the people that's on my fantasy football page, it's the conspiracy theory, community. And guess what? I felt obligated to you all. So I'm going to shoot this out here. And that's the reason I'm doing it. But at least majority of y'all can have an open mind to be like, and I'm not saying all y'all got to not believe it or not believe it. But at least have an open up mind to be able to try to receive some stuff and be able to decide for what your own and use your own cognitive reasons instead of saying just, oh, they told me this, so I believe it. That's what I respect about y'all. So he goes up there after he get done laughing. Again, we didn't see where he looked at her and saw her disapproval. Nobody saw that. I've seen hella videos. Nobody can be able to say they saw him look at her and saw her displeasure. You're assuming he saw her displeasure because you didn't say it. You didn't see it. You didn't freaking see it. You didn't see it. You're assuming. You're going with the narrative that they're pushing. All right? So that's another thing. It's like leaving a movie open-ended. You decide what happened. Did he live or did it? And you can argue about it till the cows come home. So he goes up there. I don't want to make this a race thing. All right? Not this thing away. This part a race thing. He walks up there. Will Smith gives a nice power walk. If you just said a thing about a man's wife, you're not just gonna hands behind the back, might I add, all dingbatish like that stupid Chris Rock is. I like Chris Rock, by the way. I used to hate him. I used to hate Chris Rock. I thought he was corny. And my homeboy Dre ended up showing me something. I think it was one of bigger and blacker or something. Bigger. It was one of his. I think it's bigger and something, but I was tipsy. I ain't gonna lie, I was tipsy as hell. And man, I went to his crib and I watched that thing, man. I was dying. Probably because the bar was so low too, but that shit was funny. I liked him since then, whatever. So he had some good movies too, I think. Nevertheless, got off topic. He power walks up to him. Chris Rock, and he's just standing there. Now look, I don't care what nobody say. For some of you to say something about somebody's wife and that dude is walking up to you, power walking, you don't just stand there like postured in, leaning in with your freaking left chin out, ready to freaking take a slap. Matter of fact, I'm not going to show you, do your own research. He actually laughed. I counted 7 steps that Will Smith took while he was laughing. He was like, Will Smith was starting walking, got up to him and gave him that freaking stupid slap that Will Smith gave him. Very awkward slap, might I add. And if you're Will Smith's size and stature, and this is the same dude that did the Muhammad Ali movie, so he knows how to punch, and he's not small. So you got, he's a bad boy in the movies. And Chris Rock's not no tough guy. He never portrayed to be one. And then he slapped him. even Chris Rock's body didn't even go down like halfway. It ain't much like none of that. He was like, wow. Now come on, man. Who the hell gets slapped? Wow. Who does that? Who freaking does that? Wow. Who the freak does that? Get your head out your freaking asses. Nobody freaking does that. I don't give a damn if you are scared and you aren't gonna fight back. You don't be like, wow, this person just slapped the shit out of me. You don't do that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Nonsense. Acting. Actors. Fooling you guys. Covering your eyes up. Deception. Now, they also say it's a report came out that Chris Rock did not know. I'm going to come back to that in a minute. That Chris Rock did not know about her having alopecia. Come on, man. That's what the report says. Reports said that. Anybody that was any type of internet, I'm not talking about any, Tom, Dick, and Jane. All right? But anybody that's in the know, that's in the urban community, if you black and you a celebrity, you know this doggone broad had freaking alopecia, or say she had alopecia. You know about her little hair loss condition. Matter of fact, who gives a damn about the freaking alopecia? Nobody gives a damn about when freaking male pattern freaking baldness, when guys go bald and they don't have their hair. People laugh and crack at bald guys all the time. You ain't got no hair. I can't mess with you. People quit to knock guys without any hair. Sure, you ain't got no hair. They quit to knock you. Oh, but we can't make jokes at Jada. Mind you, also too, Jada had this little issue where they were supposed to be boycotting the Oscars in 2016 because, the Oscars don't do nothing for black people, yada, yada. And there was a joke that Chris Rock did at that point in time, basically saying that, well, nobody invited you. There's a whole joke behind that. So wait a minute. You're saying you were supposed, you were boycotting something, but then now you're there? Come on, that sounds hypocritical. Very hypocritical. Will laughed at the joke, then go up there and slap dude. Slapped him, with his little artsy, turned and walked away. Since when do you when you slap somebody and you just turn and walk away with no type of looking back over your shoulder, keeping your eye on a guy or nothing? Now, I'm going to tell you why. Because he slapped him and walked away because he knew you're supposed to take that slap as I walk away with a stupid smirk on my face while I get ready to curse you out. I'm going to give you something else in which I never hardly mentioned to anybody. What's that doggone chick's name? That chick from Black Panther. We all saw where Will Smith was sitting, right? Right there on the left-hand side. We saw where Will Smith was sitting. But what we didn't see, and I'm going to apologize off rip because I know sometimes my volume get up. So you got to turn your volume down because I'm going to be amped up and this microphone is strong. So I know the volume going to be up. Too late, I'm telling you about that now, but hopefully you adjust it. But anyway, he's sitting on the left-hand side of the camera frame. Where's Jada? I mean, goddamn, they got to take a wide lens back before you see Jada freaking like 5-6 feet over this way. It was another chick sitting closer to Will than she was. Why is that? Why is that, people? Because, I mean, they're husband and wife. I'm sure any other husband and wives there wasn't no other woman sitting in between them. I'd venture to say. But I'll tell you why. It's because when they did a slap and then walk back and then we start the whole keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. he did that. See, Jada being in the frame wouldn't help that. Because Jada just gonna have that dumb, dumbfounded freaking doggone, look on her face. Bald head look on her face. Just looking stupid. But the other chick, what's her name? Lapita, Nyong'o, whatever her name is. Yeah, I can't pronounce that. She got an ethnic African name. But she was there. She's the girl in the Black Panther. So she was in the frame with Will because she can, oh. So while Will is cussing out Chris Rock, she got the, look at that, You can see her reaction. You're taking in not just what Will is saying, the people are just not taking in what Will is saying, they're also taking in her reaction. That wouldn't have worked well if it was Will and Jada Pinkett. It wouldn't have worked well. It wouldn't have been the same. So you see why they had her placed there? Isn't it odd that she was in the frame and not Jada? There was a reason for that. For you can capture her emotions while he was cursing, not Jada's. Because Jada's not going to offer that. That was a part of the strategy. Just a part of the strategy. I got a long-term, a bigger reason why this actually happened. Might talk about that in a couple minutes. Might not. But Will Smith and doing all that crying when he did his little speech, I'm not into that. Mind you, when Will Smith and that August Alsina stuff happened, he went to the red carpet with his wife and was talking, and he started crying then too. Will Smith is a crier. This crying thing is a game that they also play with a lot of black men on television. I'll just tell you straight up. They play that game. They did it with Randy Moss. Something happened in the public, and Randy Moss got all emotional, and he was crying. Look it up. Do your research. Google it. Randy Moss crying. It'll show up. Ryan Clark. How his son got called certain, or maybe the N-word or something, and was bullied. He jumped in. He got behind the camera and started crying. That's all they do is have these freaking black dudes jumping behind the camera crying like freaking babies. Why? You just freaking, that's all you're trying to do is emasculate freaking men. Black men in particular, just stupid. Always wanting to wear dresses and all this type of nonsense. Like Dave Chappelle said, Dave Chappelle is the only one that didn't put on a freaking dress. And what happened when he didn't want to do what he said? Because he mentioned it in his stand-ups, and he didn't let them take his freaking show and basically do the show and them to capitalize on it financially. He walked away from the show, and they say he went to Africa and he's smoking crack. That's what happened. He said, F it, I don't give a damn what you say. And he came back and he rebuilt his own brand. But see, a lot of these chumps, these black entertaining chumps that are in the entertainment in Hollywood, they don't have the freaking balls to say, you know what, I'm going to stand on something. They rather say, here, I'll bend over. I'll get on my knees. I'll do what you tell me to do, as long as I can be famous. Will Smith kissing dudes all in freaking, everybody from Tyler Perry to freaking Jamie Foxx and even Kevin Hart, all in freaking skirts and dresses. Why? Bunch of punks, man. And then you look at the people that spoke against it, that spoke against what happened. You had, I even hate to mention this freaking broad because she's a knucklehead, but let's talk NFL real quick. You had Brittany freaking Mahomes jump on there and says, you don't slap someone. That's not even freaking good English. She put don't slap someone. It's supposed to be like, you don't slap anyone. You know what I'm saying? But you don't slap someone. Good thing Patricia Mahomes makes all the money, So, but she spoke out against it. Jim Carrey spoke out against it. Countless other white entertainers and people spoke out against it. But guess who spoke for it? Now, it's not, that don't mean, let me pause there. But guess who spoke for it and glad it happened? I'll tell you, Jordan Rock, Chris Rock's younger brother. He's a comedian. Not Tony Rock, because he's a comedian too. The younger, I think he's the younger one. He said it's all on sight when he sees Will. For punching Chris. I think that's what he said, punching. I didn't even say slapping. Let's say punching, let's say he said slapping. Slapping Chris and remaking Fresh Prince. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Why are you adding the Fresh Prince in there? If you're so serious about getting revenge for your brother, why are you mentioning Fresh Prince? That has nothing to do with you. And why are you making a serious topic trying to be funny? You don't care about him slapping your brother because your brother was supposed to get slapped. It was part of the equation. It's part of the script. Then you got Tiffany Haddish show ghetto ass. Her ghetto ass just freaking was getting DUI'd allegedly and all this other type of stuff and the crap she done went through, can't keep a man with comment and all this type of stuff. She talk about, oh yeah, I'm glad she did that. I'm paraphrasing. Oh, I wish I had a husband once. I wish he'd defend me. Ghetto black chicks, throwing it on there. Who else? Nicki Minaj. She was pro the slap. Allegedly, the alleged slap. She was pro it. And Jaden Smith. We limp-wristed Jaden Smith. Talking about something. That's how we do it. You ain't hit nobody in your damn life, Jaden.